In an era where neuroscience, AI, and philosophy cross-pollinate like never before, the words of UG Krishnamurti hit differently. In his 1980s conversation with Jeffrey Mishlove, Krishnamurti challenges the very foundation of consciousness, asserting not just that the mind is misunderstood, but that it doesn't exist as we think it does. Now in 2025, with decades of cognitive science and machine learning to contextualize his provocations, we revisit his radical views and measure them against modern discoveries. Number 1. There is no mind. The brain is a reactor, not a creator. UG begins by declaring that what we call mind is nothing more than the reactive machinery of the brain. In 2025, this aligns closely with predictive processing models in neuroscience. According to Carl Friston's free energy principle, the brain isn't creating reality. It's constantly updating predictions to minimize error between sensory input and internal models. Modern support. Today's brain mapping studies suggest our experience of thought is the result of distributed neural responses to stimuli, not a single conscious entity generating ideas. Number 2. The soul, self, and psych are cultural artifacts. Krishnamurti insists that the idea of a soul or self is an inherited illusion passed down through language and tradition. This is echoed in cultural neuroscience studies, which show the sense of an enduring, individual self is heavily influenced by cultural conditioning, not biological necessity. In 2025, experiments in AI ethics now explore how selfhood can emerge artificially when systems are trained on human narratives. The implication? Self may be a software add-on, not core hardware. Number 3. Thought is not creative, it's protective. Krishnamurti's claim that thought is a defensive mechanism resonates with psychological studies linking overthinking and anxiety. Thought, according to UG, doesn't birth insight, it simply reacts, isolates, and sustains its own structure. The default mode network, DMN, active during self-referential thought, is associated with depression, anxiety, and ruminative looping. Even computational AI now recognizes the limitations of closed-loop systems that train only on internal outputs. Number 4. Experience is a product of knowledge, not perception. Krishnamurti challenges the idea that we perceive objects directly. Instead, he argues that all recognition of hands, people, sensations requires prior knowledge. Without labels, there is no experience. Blindsight studies show patients with damaged visual cortexes can react to stimuli without seeing. Similarly, AI vision models fail to recognize untrained patterns. Data is not experience. Interpretation is. Number 5. The fallacy of the individual mind. UG introduces the idea of a world mind, the sum total of inherited knowledge, which uses individuals as vessels to sustain its own continuity. Your mind, he says, is not yours. It's a program. Large language models, like GPT, train on collective data to generate individualized responses. They don't have minds, they have access to massive cultural memory. Just like us, perhaps. Number 6. The prison of problems is built by solutions. One of UG's most paradoxical ideas is that there are no real problems, only solutions that define and perpetuate them. This resonates in 2025's mental health field, where overpathologizing human emotion can sometimes create new dysfunctions in pursuit of treatment. Mindfulness practices, when rigidly pursued as a solution, often become another source of anxiety. Am I doing it right? Number 7. Thought cannot fix the problem it created. Krishnamurti notes that thought tries to escape the trap it has built. This is similar to Gödel's incompleteness theorem. Systems cannot solve themselves from within. Philosophy, psychology, and AI all wrestle with this limitation. Suppose a dog chewing a dry bone bleeds and thinks the bone is juicy. That, UG says, is what thinking does. It mistakes its own damage as nourishment. 8. You are not separate from nature, only thought says you are. UG's ecological message is clear. Humans have divorced themselves from nature through abstract separation. The result is environmental degradation and existential crisis. Climate science now echoes this. Solutions require reframing humans as an integrated part of ecological systems, not managers of them. UG Krishnamurti doesn't offer liberation. He offers annihilation of the mind, of the self, of the sacred illusion of control. And yet, in 2025, his ideas don't sound mystical or nihilistic. They sound like neuroscience, quantum ontology, AI design, and systems theory. The mind, perhaps, was never a thing. It was a useful hallucination. And now, more than ever, we might be ready to let it go. This video is a reaction, expansion, and contextual analysis of UG Krishnamurti's conversation with Jeffrey Mishlove, not an endorsement of every claim. It aims to spark curiosity where certainty once stood.